Earlier today, Adam22 announced that No Jumper is going broke. They're selling their facility, downsizing the company.
That AP on my head, see Terrell to go up fan. All these pussies got no motion.
Earlier today, Adam22 announced that No Jumper is going broke. They're selling their facility, downsizing the company. And I'm a No Jumper employee. So a lot of you guys was asking me, Flacco, we need your take on this. So I'm going to try to make sense out of all of this for you guys. So let's get straight into the video.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going
Pedo
broke.
22,
How could we be
it's
going
over
broke?
with.
Well, let's start here. We expanded too much.
Man, I've been telling y'all this for a long time that Pedo 22 platform was just coming to an end. We just didn't know when. Keep it a million with y'all. Listen to your boy. I've been telling y'all this. He don't got that much content to react to. He don't got shit to react to. Do your homework on that. Everybody getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, then he getting into it with motherfuckers. He falling out with people. So it's just like, he ain't really got content. Besides the little porn shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is weird. We ain't gonna speak upon that, but that's weird, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You let another nigga fuck your wife, bro. That's crazy work right there. I ain't gonna lie to you, G. That's crazy work.
COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen.
This is the price of doing business. You're going to take risk and gamble, and some gambles don't work out. But when you look back, the gamble wasn't a dumb gamble. It was a gamble that actually made sense. No Jumper was doing something that no other hip-hop adjacent channels were doing. Every show on the network was doing like 300 to 200,000 views. Literally every show. This is at the end of the day. These are a cast of dudes that are no longer here, but yo, you...
Yeah, because he ain't got them people to capitalize off of. And when you ain't got them motherfuckers, your views go down. Keep it a million with you. No Jumper one shit without black motherfuckers being on there. I'm keeping it real with y'all. Black motherfuckers ran that. Nigga, we made No Jumper. Fuck is you talking about? He wouldn't have money in his pockets, bro. If it was for the black motherfuckers, bro, that he had on his platform and shit. Keep it a million with y'all. Listen to your boy.
Either views. And it didn't just stop at the end of the day. If you take a look at the No Jumper show, the No Jumper show was also doing 300,000, 200,000 views. So when you get to a point where you have multiple shows, even your third ranked show, which was Disconnected with House Phone, Blasi, Yuri, that was doing over 200,000 views as well. During those times, shows that got canceled were shows that did under 100,000. So you could see where the expectation was and how great them times were. So when you have multiple shows doing over 200, 300,000 views per episode, you have the clips. It makes sense why you would probably get a $5 million facility. It makes sense why you would probably want to expand as fast as No Jumper expand. Just like,
I get that, but once again, bro, when you ain't got them motherfuckers in the spotlight no more, then what you expect? Keep it a million with you. Listen to your boy. Because you gotta understand that's what's feeding. You know what I'm saying? That's what's popping, bro. That's what gets motherfuckers tuned in and shit. Motherfuckers love negativity and shit. I'm telling y'all. Listen to your boy. They strive off of that shit. He was able to, you know what I'm saying, like push narratives, and he was just able to, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell you all the time, bro, you gotta learn how to play your role on this shit. You gotta know how to utilize this shit, and that, like I said in my last video, that's what Pedo 22 is good at. Pedo 22 is good at capitalizing off of motherfuckers. He's good at, you know what I'm saying, twisting the narrative of motherfuckers around with it. He's good at that type of shit. I'm telling y'all. He's good at making shit sound believable. Even though the shit don't be true. Listen to your boy. So like I said, I give Pedo 22 his props when it come down to that. He knows how to work the internet and shit.
also makes sense that the views went down when the cast of 2 of the 3 most popular shows on the network, when they all left No Jumper at the same time due to personal conflict.
We put in our resignation papers.
You should have known that wasn't gonna work out. You had a whole bunch of niggas on the platform and shit. Nothing but gangbangers. You should have known that shit wasn't gonna work. You should have known that shit was going down here. I'm keeping it man with you.
It's a new day and age. Yeah, man, we left the port, man. No more AD at No Jumper. AD from no more Terrell at No Jumper. No more Duno at No Jumper. No more Smack at No Jumper. Bye. We gone, man. We gone, man. We are gone. We out of here. Out of here, man. And me personally,
crazy, right? Oh, this shit. Told you, cuz.
Me personally, I feel amazing, man.
Yes, sir, man. Clap it up for my boy, man.
Yeah, no, clap it up for everybody here, bro. Clap it up for you too, bro.
It's like the rise and downfall, bro. And we as the people got to see it. You see what I'm saying? We got to recognize it, bro. We got to understand how this worked, how that we understood it. So, and some motherfuckers took it and ran with it. Keeping it real with you.
I gotta. Since he's here too, I gotta salute my brother Terrell, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that was another downfall. You know what I'm saying? Him getting into it with his workers, the motherfuckers he hired, this and that and the third. I'm telling y'all, listen to your boy. Him falling out with Terrell, AD, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever was a part of that crew at the time and shit. So you got to understand that Adam22 took some backlash for that shit. You feel me? Like, he took some backlash and that hurted his platform. You see what I'm saying? Like, down the line and shit. I'm telling y'all, listen to your boy. That was another reason. Him falling out with AD and shit like that. I'm telling y'all.
Essentially, that was the beginning of where we're currently at, making the announcement that No Jumper is going broke. When you buy the $5 million facility, when you invest certain things into the facility, because the outpour of content is up here, because you have like multiple hosts the fans care about, you have multiple shows that are hit shows, you have the news that's going live every day, you have something, you know, that's producing high volume content, that's producing really well. But once you take out all the hosts and you know, you take out a huge chunk of the shows and you can't really produce that much content anymore, then you start to realize
when you can't sit up there and talk about this and that and woo, the views gonna go down. When you can't talk about the drama, you know what I'm saying? The negativity. Listen to your boy.
It's where the losses is coming in.
Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month.
But you got to understand, like, the reason why it was blowing up like that was because people was in the crib. They weren't able to sit up there and leave the crib. It was boring as fuck. They had nothing else to do but sit around all day, watch YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, bro. So that's why you was making that type of money during that time and shit. You had a whole bunch of motherfuckers at the crib. You really couldn't do shit because it was like restrictions and shit. So you had no choice but to sit there and watch TV and shit. Or read a book or whatever the fuck you had going on during the pandemic. Listen to your boy.
Shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a
that shit was lame, bro.
Seeing us interview stars.
Because like, bro, you gotta understand this, bro. Like, people was looking at you like in a different way and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Adam22 this, Adam22 that. That's why you was falling out with certain motherfuckers. I'm telling you, bro. It's like you changed, bro. You changed from there, and that's why you fell out with certain motherfuckers. That's why certain motherfuckers stopped rocking with you. Because they seen through the buku. They seen that you was a culture vulture, bro. They seen that you was using them, bro. I'm just saying, man.
To that, you might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well.
The host leaving was a big deal, but it's the way they left that was a bigger deal. They left like it was tumultuous times, right? They were sort of pitting themselves against No Jumper because they left because AD felt like he was betrayed by Adam. AD felt like Adam, I guess, texting Lush and Josh that AD only has 4 jokes and he wanted to remove AD from off the show without talking to AD first. And then Lush essentially spilled the beans in the Discord and the fans knew about it before AD. So AD felt like, for the fans knowing that I'm being fired from this particular show before I knew I was being fired was wrong. So he,
yeah, that's crazy work right there, Adam22. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't right there. Keep it a million with you. You can't do people like that. You can't. You got to understand, like, you ain't just got like, you know what I'm saying, like old motherfuckers watching you. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers that's like 16, 17, 10, 11. You got motherfuckers younger than that watching your shit. You see what I'm saying? So it just like how you was moving this shit, bro. Motherfuckers wasn't rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants that shit.
so when he left essentially on the terms of No Jumper did me wrong. So once you leave on those terms, you know what that does? That forced the fans to say, you got to pick a side.
That's what I'm saying.
So you see No Jumper lost like 20+ thousand, subscribers within the first like week when the 8 hosts left. You seen views tank, you seen dislikes go up. So when they leave, a lot of those fans who left the 20,000, those were very active watchers and subscribers.
Yeah.
So once they leave, yes, some may come back, but some may never resubscribe. So you have to take that loss. And I feel like the host leaving it is one thing, but how they left was the bigger story.
And me and Adam, we done bumped heads a million times.
Right.
But every time I'm saying, hey, bro, you my brother. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it like a brother.
Right.
You my brother. If you wrong, I'm going to tell you wrong. Yeah, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. It's a revolving door. It's not one-sided. And a lot of times, like, I know for me personally, I know it's just felt one-sided. It's like, yeah, you can tell us when we wrong, but when you wrong, it's like, oh, I ain't got to say, no, it's not. I'm not.
And that goes back to what I be saying, like, in my videos and shit. You got to learn how to take criticism for what it is, bro. Because if you don't, like, how the fuck you gonna learn, bro? How you gonna grow? Keep the man with you, like. Everything can't be perfect, bro. Everything can't. You gotta fuck up. I'm just saying, I fuck up all the time, bro. I make mistakes all the time, but I'm not gonna sit up here, you know what I'm saying, act like I don't. I don't know every goddamn thing. Keeping it real.
Like, bro, it don't work like that.
Depending on who you ask, though, there's different perspectives. Adam will say that, the views were already heading back down to normal, so them leaving just at some point accelerated that. But No Jumper was never able to really go back to.
That's what I'm saying.
The pandemic.
It wasn't at its full potential at that point.
They went back to normal numbers, and there was always waves. Like I remember about like 10 months ago, Adam laid off a bunch of people. He ended the No Jumper News, and essentially, got rid of about like 10 hosts who were doing the No Jumper News recurring and getting paid.
Anyway, Snapchat exclusive. I'm making some very big changes in terms of No Jumper. As of today, or as of tomorrow, the news, No Jumper News, it's over. The Monday show, the Wednesday show, and the Thursday show also are over. I've decided that I really want to focus No Jumper. So I will be continuing to do the Tuesday show with Lush and Brick Baby. I will continue to do as many interviews as possible. I'm gonna.
It's them niggas just self-snitched. Just self-snitched. They opened up the door for the feds to come through. Keep it a man with you. Listen to your boy. Just saying, man, like, it's crazy, but it's reality, bro. When you look at it. Pedo22 gotta blame himself. He can't blame nobody but Pedo22. Because Pedo22 put himself through all of this.
Other people on the platform continuing to do interviews. Everybody from Almighty, Shark, Rick. I just talked to all these guys. Flacco. We're still going to work together on doing interviews and doing like repeat guest type interviews where I have people on multiple times to talk about different things that are going on in the news, everything like that. But this decision has really been brought on primarily, I guess, as a business decision, and I say that to say. I've been talking to my business manager a lot over the course of the past few weeks, taking a real deep dive into how the channel is doing.
If you've been paying attention, I guess like the news today don't really shock you because you already know that this was kind of based on the layoffs from 10 months ago. Also, the challenges of laying off so many people is you produce less content, but the bills are still the same. So produce less content, but the revenue still has to be up there. And the cheat code for producing more revenue is more content, but to produce more content, you need to hire more hosts. Well, you have to pay those hosts. So essentially, you have to find a balance to where you hire the right amount of hosts that can produce, enough views with the content they're putting out to bring in the revenue needed, right? And so far, it looks like Adam hasn't found that particular balance within itself, which is why the downsizing is currently going on.
Which is why this ain't working, bro.
Is the No Jumper Instagram.
All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months where we experienced two major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no luck getting it back despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested. We aren't making anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Side note, if you're a meta rep, please DM me. I would love to speak to anyone who could help with this.
The No Jumper Instagram mystery is one of...
But, like, we all go through, our struggles and shit, and you gonna get back up there, Pedo22. You know what I'm saying? You just going through something right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a little phase, bro. And I get it. I understand. We all go through shit. We all go through it. But that's what makes us strong. In the end, bro. Better than ever, than before. Keeping it real.
Biggest mysteries on the internet right now, right? So No Jumper got his Instagram taken away. Now, I'm part of the social media team, so I can tell you No Jumper never had a strike. Things don't get taken down. We had no copyright violations. Nothing at all. Everything was still up and perfectly running fine. But then one day the Instagram goes away. Now, there's a lot of things that could attribute to it, right? As you guys know, like the Unlocked guy who was doing the Instagram recovery team, he did an interview on No Jumper. Him and Adam got into it. He threatened to take away the Instagram, but then the feds picked him up. So we thought, the Instagram is good now, right? But no, it still got deleted. Now, here's the thing, though. Usually you can just contact a meta rep and get the account back through one of these like recovery guys. But when you contact these guys, I'm talking about the dudes who are at the very top who get back everybody accounts. When you contact these guys, they say specifically, there's a note on this account that it can never be recovered. If I recover it, it's going to trigger something in the system to where a review is going to happen and they're going to know I did it. So I'm not trying to risk my job. I can't do it. So this is what we're dealing with here, bro. Like, this is insane. This is insane, bro. Somebody.
Instagram. That's all you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Directly reach them. You know what I'm saying? You can't do no third party shit. You can't do no third party. You gotta directly talk to Instagram, bro. Keep it a man with you.
The very top of Instagram went out of their way to say, hey, bro, there's a literal note on the account. This can never be
That's
recovered.
tough work.
This is permanently banned for life. We're trying to figure out
You don't go no third party,
what?
bro.
It looks like No Jumper got some powerful enemies, bro. But that Instagram money was different. No Jumper was charging like $1,500 per post, bro. And you send about 4 promo posts a day on No Jumper. So that money was different. You take away that money, bro, to a company, it's kind of crazy.
And second, in addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many.
They on that you fat tactics. They on that you fat tactics.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion. It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. This person has literally lost every single friend that he used to have when he worked at No Jumper.
Damn.
His streaming career is completely tanked, and he even got kicked off the podcast that he left.
Adam22.
But somehow that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit.
My old fem care wash didn't keep me fresh, but Secret Deodorizing Body Wash gives me 24-hour whole body freshness by actually washing away the 6 causes of body odor. Plus, it's...
The employee who sued No Jumper was this guy called Yuri. Now, this is like the betrayal of the century. This is like E2 Brute. Like this is some scandalous stuff. So
it is what it is.
Adam's protege, right? Somebody who Adam molded into a content creator, who started off as somebody who was just hanging around the office, eventually got a job as an editor, and he sort of worked his way up and used No Jumper as kind of like a trampoline to get into his own thing. So Yuri left No Jumper initially. He left No Jumper because he did like a 30-day live stream, like a subathon, and he made like $20,000 to $30,000. So he thought he wanted to put more attention into his streams, right? He wanted to put more into his streams. So he left No Jumper for that reason. But then after he left No Jumper, I guess things didn't work out. So he decided he wanted to sue No Jumper. Now, him and his girlfriend both worked at No Jumper around the same time, but he left before her. But eventually she got fired, you know, because, again, the layoffs, too many employees. Once they both got fired now, you know, they decided they wanted to sue No Jumper for whatever reason. Yuri would claim that he quit No Jumper because he could no longer tolerate the harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. It feels like a money grab, and honestly, why I can't respect it. Again, he's not suing me. Right? I'm not in that lawsuit because I avoided everybody, bro. Yo, when him and his girlfriend was working there, bro, if I'm in a room with other people and she's there and they left, I'm leaving the room too. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not staying in no room alone with a woman.
You ain't finna get me. You ain't finna accuse me of doing shit to you. Fuck is you talking about? You ain't finna put that jacket on me. Fuck no. So when everybody leave the room, I'm finna leave the room with them. Keep it a man with you.
But it's not just her, because she's always been kind. It was with all women. So I protected myself. So I'm not in this lawsuit, right? I'll make sure to have very limited interaction with most people, right? So I'm not here. But this to me is a money grab. They probably won't win anything, you know, but having to spend money on lawyers and drag this out is not something you really want to do in this climate, right? Especially when the business is not the most profitable at the moment. But, you know, No Jumper has also, you know, admitted they also have had to deal with other lawsuits in the past. You know, when they did indeed have the Instagram, you know, and they would repost certain things, ambulance chasers would claim that this was their content. They want to sue No Jumper for reposting it. It was just a whole mess, all right? So right now, I don't feel like No Jumper is currently in a bad space. I feel like downsizing the office would definitely help. Downsizing the cast, right? My
advice, Pedal 22. You You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta start from the beginning and shit. Not necessarily start from the beginning, but you gotta use like what can I say, bro? Your plans that you had before you blew up and shit. You gotta use that. You gotta use that plan and stick with it. Keep the main with you. You gotta stick to your original plans, your original thoughts. You always gotta keep them original thoughts. I'm keeping the main with y'all. Listen to your boy. Keep your original game plan in your head, bro. Just in case if your new game plan don't work out, you can always go back to your old game plan. So let this be a lesson learned, man. We can all learn from this situation. Like, we all go through shit and we all bounce back. Like, we you know what I'm saying? We strong from the outcomes and shit. But you can't let it get to your head. Remember, you gotta keep striving, bro. Even though you're going through it, you gotta keep striving, bro. You gotta keep working. You can't show these motherfuckers that you down and shit, cause then that's when they take advantage of you and shit. I'm keeping it million with y'all. Listen to your boy. But I'm done doing all that damn talking. Y'all go subscribe to my second channel. It's called Terrell Reacting again. Fire ass content being produced over there. Y'all don't be disappointed, man. Y'all go subscribe to my third channel, Terrell Be Hotboxing. I just did a weed review over there like 3 or 4 days ago, so y'all go check that video out. Y'all go follow my socials. It's linked to the channel. So yeah, man, y'all go support me, bro. Like, cause I'm taking over with this shit. I ain't lying to y'all. I got more videos after this. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out. Second trying for life. But my nigga, it's a marathon. Y'all stay on y'all P's and Q's. Don't be out here lacking.